Hi, is this Bella?
Yeah.
Hi, Bella. This is Matt from WMCT. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks. Thank you so much for taking a couple of moments out of your day to talk with us. I know the community is interested in hearing as many stories about as many of the student athletes in the community as possible. So thank you very much right off the top.
Of course.
All right. So how are you doing? How's your family doing? I assume everyone's doing well.
Oh, we're doing pretty good. Well, obviously pretty bored, but we're definitely finding ways to entertain ourselves. When my parents are working from home. My sister's constantly, playing video games. We actually just did a workout. We try to stay in shape a couple times a week, whether it's playing catch or hitting or just lifting weights, anything we can really do.
Well, that's great to hear. It's good to hear that you're keeping yourself busy during all this. I know it can be kind of difficult being cooped up in the house for long periods of the day and not getting to see a lot of friends. Has it kind of been difficult to not be around people like you normally would? Is it creating any kind of like extra anxiety on top of all the other new stuff in life right now?
It definitely is. I mean, I miss everybody like crazy. I think that's one of the reasons that I'm just sad that we're not in school anymore. It's more the social aspect of it rather than anything else. It's just getting to be around those people for 6 hours a day and communicating with them.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. I couldn't imagine going through what you guys are all going through right now, especially at this point in your lives. It must be difficult. But talk to me about school, about what vocational training that you've been studying for the past few years at Assabet. Talk to me what inspired you to get into that, and talk to me about some of the challenges that you're now facing, kind of having to learn all these things online.
So when I initially chose to go to Assabet, I actually wanted to be a surgeon. But then I took the week-long in the electrical wiring program, and I absolutely fell in love with it. It ended up being my first choice because I saw it as something that could be really useful whether I went into the trade after school or not. If I needed to fix something around the house, this and that, and plus it's very good money. So it's definitely been something that's super fun, but it's also very difficult to do online because you don't get the hands-on learning that you get in the shop with the tools and all of that. Same with academics. It's definitely a lot more difficult to not see stuff explained right in front of you or be given many examples. You have to kind of figure it all out on your own. But the teachers are definitely super helpful. They're always there if you have any questions, need any help or anything.
Nice. Do you feel like this experience, when it's all said and done, do you think that there's going to be a tangible benefit having gone through all this?
I feel like it's definitely good from the learning aspect for our generation. It's teaching us a lot of things down the road, just perseverance in getting through this, not to take things for granted. I think we all took the privilege of getting to go out every day, and not even students, just everybody in general. We took granted getting to see people and going out even to work. The fact that we can't go and do that right now, I think everyone's going to be a lot more grateful when all this is over, and thgoing to appreciate everything that they have.
Well, that's nice. That's nice that you're putting it in perspective like that. So next year, you're going to be attending the University of New Haven, correct?
Yes.
That's great. Congratulations on that. What was
Thank
it like
you.
finding? Oh, you're welcome. What was it like finding out that you'd be going there, that you'd be on the softball roster, and what made you want to go to New Haven?
So I didn't tour too many schools. I only learned about New Haven through Coach OBrien. It was something I was super interested in, and I did a open house down there during the summer, and I fell in love with the campus. And they have accelerated thing for my degree so I can get my master's in 4 years. That was a big thing. And then I ended up doing camp with the softball team, and I loved the coach. I loved all the girls and the energy. And I think one of the main things that I was concerned of was not getting to play in college because the sport overall means the absolute world to me. So when I was told I had a spot on the roster, it was the greatest feeling in the world. There's no words to describe how amazing it is to be able to make the team at your dream school.
Wow, that's a wonderful accomplishment. Congratulations again on that.
Thank you.
What's it like playing for Coach OBrien? I mean, I know that you were going to New Haven following his social media stuff on Twitter, and having talked to him a couple of weeks ago, you know, he had glowing remarks about you, and he was so happy that you were going there. What's it like though, playing for a coach who's so invested in his team, who's so passionate like Coach OBrien is?
It was definitely intimidating at first, but I knew what I was signing up for. He's a great coach. He has taught me, him and Coach Long and Coach Mano combined have taught me so many things about the sport that I don't know if I could have learned anywhere else. It's more, and they've taught more than sports-wise. They've taught me life lessons to take down the road. And I have Coach Long as a teacher in my trade program, so he's with me 6 hours a day every other week. I'm consistently learning from him as well. Overall, just being coached by them and being part of that team, it's more than just getting to play the sport. It's you become a family, and they become lifelong friends that you can go to down the road if you need anything.
It seems like a wonderful environment to have been in the last few years, being around a guy seemingly cares so much about all of you guys. It must have been a wonderful experience.
He really does.
It must have been. But unfortunately, you know, obviously this year you guys aren't going to get to play. You're not going to get to play in your senior season. What was it like to have to wait all those weeks in limbo, not really knowing what was going to find out, and then eventually finding out that the season was in fact going to be canceled?
It was definitely difficult. I remember I was just sitting with my fingers crossed every time a new decision was about to be made, whether they wanted to push it back or make their final decision. It was definitely anxiety-inducing because this is my favorite time of the year, every school year, getting to throw on that uniform and go out on that field because I love this sport. I've been playing it for my whole life. So when I got the news that there was no season, it was definitely heartbreaking. I was going to be a captain this year, and I wanted the opportunity to get to lead the team and set a good example for all of the younger girls coming in, so that I could, you know, get them situated and like help them understand how things work with our program. And I don't get to see them play or become good friends with them, so it definitely hurts. But I know that I have 4 more years in college to look forward to, and I can always come back and see all of these girls play. So it's heartbreaking, but I think it'll be all right.
Now, Coach OBrien had said that you and Nicole, the 2 captains on the team, you guys had been killing it with all your workouts and taking care of everything that you needed to take care of throughout the course of the off season to get up to this point. So you're named captains in season, and now what does it mean for you now in such a difficult situation to now be called upon to still be a leader, though? You're still the captain of the team. You still have a responsibility throughout the course of the next couple of months. How do you feel about that responsibility, and what are you taking upon yourself to help other teammates with?
I'm beyond grateful to take on this responsibility. I've wanted to be able to lead and help out this team since I was a freshman. I'm still doing anything and everything I can to help out the girls and anybody who needs it, whether they're, you know, texting me with some questions, like, even if I'll even help them with schoolwork, but if they have any questions, I'll always answer them. I'm always posting workouts that I'm doing or any reps I'm getting into our Facebook page so girls can see, maybe get them a little motivated to do their own stuff. And they have been motivated. This week especially, they've been going out for runs and bike rides, and it's great to see that. It's just I continuously try my best to be a leader and a role model for these girls, even if I can't be there in person.
That's wonderful. You know, despite that, though, you know, despite losing out on the season and not having the opportunity to play with your teammates, the coaching staff has been active in trying to keep in touch and provide drills and workouts. What have those efforts meant to you?
Oh, they've been so great. It's so hard not being able to see everybody in person. So having those Zoom calls and seeing everyone's faces and just getting to communicate with them and work out with them, it's definitely helped keep me a little sane during all of this.
That's nice. You know, aside from the loss of the sports season, the spring sports season, you know, this is supposed to be such a special and wonderful time for seniors, and it's a lot of the payoffs, you know, for the 4 years of work that you've done. Things like, you know, graduations and proms and things of that nature. What about the end of a senior year will you miss the most?
I'm mean, I was definitely looking forward to things like our senior trip, our skip days, our prom. But I think the one thing that I will miss is graduation. I know they're looking into putting something together, whether it's later in the summer. But I've always, dreamed of getting to walk across that stage in my cap and gown and be handed my diploma. It's always just such a big thing for seniors, and it's definitely a bummer that it's not going to happen the way we intended it to. But I know that the school is doing everything they can to try and get us our graduation. So,
well, it's a really unfortunate thing for you guys. It's so unlucky, I mean, this could have happened any year, any time, but it happens during your senior year, during the last sports season that you were going to have at Assabet. So I'm sure it's incredibly disappointing, but you seem to be handling it with a lot of class and grace. And again, I really appreciate the few minutes that you've been able to give to me, and just know that, people in the community share the disappointment with you. So you guys aren't alone, and you guys are important to the people in the community too.
Oh, yeah. The community is definitely pulled together a lot, especially where I am here in Hudson. They're always doing the drive-bys for birthdays, or we have an officer town here in Hudson making signs for our seniors. There's a lot of great things, and it's really showing that there's still some humanity, and it's great.
Absolutely. Well, Bella, good luck to you going forward. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you. You too.